Would you believe me if I told you the username Among Us Steve was available for a new Minecraft account? What about Cake Steve or Steve Minecraft? Well, not only are all of these usernames available for you to claim today, but I've also designed a skin to go along with each of them. How many rare Steves do I have in my collection? At the moment, exactly 36, and as of the uploading of this video, all of them are available for anyone who's making a new Minecraft account. A download to all of these skins will be in the description, but before you go to claim your Steves, allow me to walk you through my esteemed collection. Although all Steves are valuable in some capacity, the gallery of Steves has 3 distinct classifications: common, rare, and mythical. For example, Dirt Steve is considered common, and although quite special in his own right, does not stack up to the prowess of a mythical Steve such as Bee Steve. We will begin in the Hall of Common Steves. These Steves are all simply inspired by a block, and wear that block's pattern as a shirt and hair. The result of this can be pretty simple for Dirt Steve, Sand Steve, Cobble Steve, and Wood Steve, but there are also various Steves of different log types, and the tops of their heads reveal the ring of the log. Did you know if you count the number of rings on a log Steve, you can figure out how old it is? These guys were all just born today, so they only have 1 ring. Mangrove Steve is here as well, with special mangrove root pants to set him apart. The last 2 Steves in this section are Lava Steve and Ore Steve. These 2 don't really get along. Don't ask me why, I'm not really sure, they just don't like each other. Now we move on to the Hall of Rare Steves. These Steves are full of much more character than the ones in the last collection. From a single glance you can tell a lot about their personalities. For instance, these 3 Armored Steves are remarkably defensive and need to open up a little more. Chest Steve is far better at opening up, and Piston Steve can be a little pushy. Furnace Steve has a bit of a temper, and Pumpkin Steve, honestly, I can't really tell what he's thinking, but he seems nice, I guess. Firefly Steve is also here, rocking a very nice and vibrant color scheme, and Totem Steve is cool, though rather menacing. Among Us Steve is not wearing any shoes, and Mine Steve Kraft is a fantastic username with a very strange skin, depicting the Minecraft world from bedrock to the clouds. The last Steve in the Rare Steve section is Rare Steve himself. With a very cool shaded checker texture, it's not the craziest looking skin, but I was pretty happy with how it came out. Moving on, we now make our way to the Hall of Mythical Steves. Many of these Steves are quite special to me, and I spent some good time making sure their textures were perfect. Some are still rather simple, such as Steve Minecraft, who is simply the classic Steve skin, and Hay Bale Steve, who didn't take much time for me to put together. But then there's Cake Steve, whose design I'm very proud of. Though we don't really know the answer to the most important question. Is he a Steve that looks like a cake, or a cake that looks like a Steve? And what would happen if we tried to slice into him? Then there's Apple Steve and Bee Steve, both of whom I find remarkably cute, and TNT Steve, who's not allowed within a 5-block radius of Lava Steve from earlier in the video. Imposter Steve is also not wearing any shoes, NFT Steve is dressed appropriately, and Mythical Steve has the same checkered pattern as Rare Steve, though in a funkier color scheme. And now for my favorite and most valued Steve. I present to you all Copper Steve. The design of Copper Steve is perfect, as the oxidizing copper looks great in place of his normal teal shirt, and the normal copper is a great stand-in for his brown hair. This Steve embraces his imperfections. As you can see, part of his torso has not finished oxidizing, yet he still struts with the confident swagger one ought to have when in the Hall of Mythical Steves. Ultimately, if I was a Steve, this is what I'd aspire to be. And that brings my presentation to a close. 36 excellent Steves, all of which deserve a place on your Minecraft character. Even if you don't plan on registering a new account with one of these unique usernames, you can still download the entire skin pack in the description below. Down there will also be a list of which of these names remain available, just so you know. In the comments, I'd like you to let me know which Steve was your favorite. Copper Steve may be my ultimate prize, but maybe you're more partial to Ore Steve, or Gold Armor Steve. Maybe you can make an entire Steve tier list organized how you like. I think Cake Steve would be an S tier no matter who made the list, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, with all of that being said, I will see you in the next one.